Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Horror Trans. I am Stephanie Bree. I am a transgender woman. I talk about all things horror. And today I'm reviewing the slasher sequel, Hatchet 2. So I've already reviewed Hatchet, love Hatchet. Hatchet was a love letter to slasher fans, and it was well received. Thank you. I appreciate that movie very much. Hatchet 2 is the hey, slasher fans will watch anything. Let's just fucking, you know, whatever. And that's what Hatchet 2 is. It's the fucking Freddy's Revenge of the franchise. It's the fucking Halloween 3. It's the fucking, you know, uh, Friday the 13th 5. It's the one that you're watching it and you're like, this has nothing to fucking do with anything. What the fuck am I watching? Why am I watching this? And I don't mean nothing to do with nothing. I mean, it's still the same character. I mean, it picks up where the first one left off. So you still have the survivors of the first movie getting their, oops, they didn't survive, spoilers, because that's a slasher trope. And then you get, I guess, new characters, and you get Victor Crawley again. He's Jason, but without the hockey mask. So you're gonna get kills. So listen, if all you want is a throwback to Friday the 13th, then this movie's good. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's gonna give you what you want. Um, I want more from my modern slashers than that. If if I'm gonna just watch a Friday the 13th throwback, make it a fucking give me a fucking dude in a hockey mask. Give me fucking Jason. Give me fucking Crystal Lake. I don't want this Victor Crawley. So Hatchet 2 is not good. I am angry that Hatchet 2 is not good because I loved the first Hatchet. And when I found out that it was a whole franchise, I got excited. I was like, cool, we got a modern 80s slasher franchise. I'm here for it. And then I'm watching Hatchet 2 and I'm like, ah, geez, they shat the bed. What is this? You know? And it's like, okay, stay tuned because maybe it took this franchise a minute to warm up. Friday the 13th, not a great movie. Friday the 13th 2, an okay movie. Friday the 13th 3, a damn good movie. So it took 3 movies to get good. And, Hatchet was a good movie. So I thought, all right, whatever. Maybe they're going in reverse. Um, oops. This one still has the kills. If you're looking for kills, this one's got the kills. But this one has a couple of kills that I will classify as undeserved. The character who died did nothing to deserve to die, and really weren't um, in Victor's way at all. It was just sort of like, oh, I guess we need a body count. Let's just kill one more person, and with no reason or motivation at all, Victor's just like, all right, fuck it. I guess I got to kill you, even though what we see in the movie, he had no reason to kill that person. And that bothers me because it's like you're going to set up the rules and you're going to establish, lore, and then you're just going to throw it out the window and say, never mind, sorry, we changed our mind. And I'm like, fuck off. I hate it when movies do that. If you're going to establish lore, stick to the goddamn lore. Otherwise, don't fucking bother giving me lore. Just give me a fucking serial killer and fuck, that's all I need, you know? This is not Terrifier. Terrifier is the slasher throwback um franchise we wanted Hatchet to be. Is Hatchet a bad movie? Well, excuse me, Hatchet 2 a bad movie? I mean, it's a B movie. So, yes, it is. But is it a fun movie to watch? No, it isn't. Not like the first one. First one, I gave it a buy, and I love it. And I loved it enough that I literally binged the whole goddamn franchise the same weekend that I watched the first Hatchet because I wanted more. And I've held off talking about the sequels this long um, because I needed to let them, stew a little bit because I was like, well, at least with this one, anyways, underwhelmed. I'm gonna say. Um, I don't hate it. I don't love it, but my recommendation for Hatchet 2 is this is a rent. This is not a buy. You know, Hatchet, you're gonna want it. Put it in the collection. It goes in the collection. Hatchet 2, it's like, eh, I can do without it. I don't need Hatchet 2. It's like I've already seen it. If you've seen Hatchet, you've seen Hatchet 2. Which I know is the problem with Friday the 13th. You know, if you watch 8 Friday the 13th movies, you're really just watching the same movie 8 times. That's the problem with Hatchet. So I get it. There's only so much you can do with a slasher, you know? Um, but come on, try harder. And for the fucking love of God, don't break your lore the second movie. That's the unforgivable sin that I have never gotten over Freddy's Revenge for doing. You don't establish the rules in part one and then throw them out the window in part two and say, never mind. You don't fucking do that.